Hello subscribe, you are all welcome to my channel. Thank you for coming back. For those who have subscribed to this channel, thank you all for subscribing. And if you are new here, I welcome you. Kindly subscribe to this channel for more interesting free tutorial, and don't forget to turn on the notification bell so that you'll be notified anytime I upload new video. Today we are going to learn how to recreate this beautiful dress with basque effects and gathers at the hem. So let's get started. These are the materials we'll be using. I'm going to use these 2 years of African print for the main bodies, and I'm going to use this organza, the black organza, for the down parts. I have 1.5 yards here. So because organza is very transparent, I'm going to use lining. I have about 3 yards here. I may not finish everything, so this is the zipper I'm going to use. I have my paper scissors and my fabric scissors. So here I already have a sketch of my full scale basic bodies. Now please, if you don't know how to go about full scale basic body, I have done a detailed tutorial on how to go about it, but then I'm still going to explain a bit. But for a beginner, you may not get it in detail, so I will encourage you look for it on this channel. So here, the first line here is my shoulder line, as you can see. So this is the shoulder line. Now this is going to be my bust line, or my chest line. So I have this to be my bust point. I have this line to be my under bust, my front length, and my hip length. So the same thing here, I have this place to be my bust line, my waist line, my hip line. Now we don't have bust point at the back because there is no bust at the back. So I'll just proceed to cutting the neck. The neck of that dress is V-neck. So I want to make my neck to be 3.5, the width to be 3.5, and the depth I'm going to make it 8 inches because I want it a bit low. So this is my 8 inches, and I'm going to connect it like, I don't want it to be V sharp like that, so I'm going to make it slightly curved like this. Can you see it? So I have this to be my neckline, and the shoulder slope is going to, for the front, is going to be 1.5. So here is my 1.5, and I will connect it to the shoulder, to the neck tip here. Now I'm going to tighten my neckline, my V here, because I don't want it to gape. So I'm going to tighten it by 1/2 inch. So from here I will just come down by 1/2 inch, and I will redraw the line back to the armhole side. So here now I'm going to divide this into 2 to get my armhole curve. So I have here like this, and I'll go in by 0.75 to get my across chest. So I'll just connect it back here like so, and on this line I'm going to input my bust line, my bust measurement. The bust measurement I'm working with is 39 into 4 is going to give me 9.3 quarter, that is 9.75. so I'm going to connect here with my curve to get my O shape. So we are done with the upper part of the front. Let's quickly work on the upper part of the back. So the neck width is going to be 3 as well. Now because the front is a bit low, I'm going to use the back just to be 2 inches. So this one is according to your preference. You are free to use any back of your choice, since we are not seeing the back of that dress. So I have it like this, and I'm going to create my shoulder slope, which is going to be 1 inch. So I'll connect it back to the neck tip. So you can do the same thing I did for the front. You can tighten up the back neckline, but this time around I'm going to just use 0.25. So I'll tighten up my neckline like this. So that means this part is going out from here, and this part also is going out. So you can just shade it out so that you don't forget. Now I'm going to draw my armhole curve. So measure whatever you have here, divide it into 2 equal halves. So here, to get my across back, I'll just go in by 1/2 inch, and I'm going to draw my line to connect to the shoulder slope tip. And here now I've done the back tightening here, and that is why we have this line here. So from here I'm going to measure my bust. The bust is 39 into 4 is going to give me 9¾ So this is where my 9¾ is, and I'm going to connect it with my curve. So the back upper part is ready as well. So I'll just go ahead and insert my waist circumference. The waist I'm working with is 32 into 4 is going to give me 8. Now I'm going to return my dart intake, which is 1.5, to this place. Do you get it now? And I will go ahead and connect it to this part. So I'm going to do the same thing for the back. Now, you know, I said I have tightened the back, center back. If you don't understand this, you need to check how to draft basic body on this channel. So this is it. 32 into 4 is going to give me 8, and I'm going to return the dart intake, which is 1 inch. So I have it to be here, and I will connect it to the bust point. So this is what we have for that part. Now for my hip, the hip circumference I'm working with is 44 into 4 is going to give me 11 inches. So this is my 11 inches. I'll go ahead and connect it to this part. So you do the same thing for the back. The hip is 44 into 4 is 11. So I'll measure it like so, and I will connect it to the waistline. So we have gotten the basic body, the full scale basic body. Now to create the basque effect, now if you notice, I did not extend the dart line for the front to the hip line. The reason is because I'm going to cut it around the waist here, because I want to pad the upper bodies. Do you get it now? But for the back, you can see hip line. Do you get it now? Now to create the basque effect, I want to use, you can use between 4 to 5 inches depending on how obvious you want it to be, but I think I'll be using 5 inches for that basque effect. So I'm going to create basque effect for the back as well. So I'm going to, I hope you can see what I'm working with. Let me just push it up. So this is what I'm saying. For the front, to get your basque effect, from the hip at the center front, come down by 5 inches, and you are going to connect it slantly to the hip line like so. Can you see? So like this, you are going to get your basque effect. So you do the same thing to the back. So from the CB, I'll come down by 5 inches, and I'll connect it to the hip side. Can you see it like so? So like this, we have successfully created our basque. So you can go ahead and measure what you have here, you know, to be sure if it is going to take care of your hip. So I still have it, it is intact, so there is no cause for alarm. So this is what we have. Now to cut the back, I'm going to cut it like so. I'm going to go ahead and cut out the back like this. Oh, sorry guys, I didn't know that my camera is off. So let me just tell you what I have done here. I've tightened my underbust. This should not be a problem to anybody if you are very conversant with my content on this channel. So I've tightened the underbust, and I drew the princess dart, armhole princess dart. So I'm going to extend this line now by the value I used to tighten it, which is 1 inch. So I will extend it like this, and I will connect it to the armhole part. Do you get it now? And I've gone ahead to insert my bust dart. So the difference between the front length and the back length is going to be your bust dart. So you can go ahead and do this just to get that shape. So this is what I did that I did not know I am not recording. So I can go ahead now and cut this part like so. So I'm going to cut the waistline like this, and I will cut out my so this is going to be the complete pattern set for the front, and this is going to be the pattern for the back. So let's go ahead and transfer it to the fabric. So this is it. I've transferred the back of the fabric. Can you see it? For the zipper allowance, I added 1 inch. The neck, I added half. The shoulder half, armhole half, and the side, I added 2 inches. I'll go ahead now and cut it out and show you the next thing to do. So this is it. I've cut the back, and I've gone ahead to cut the front pieces as well. So this is what I did. For the center front, I added ½ inch to the shoulder, to the side, like so. And to this part, I added ½ inch here, and I added 2 inches. I added 2 inches to this side as well. And the down part, I did the same thing, half here for joining and half here for joining. And this side, I added 2 inches. So I've prepared my lining, I've cut everything, my patterns are ready. So the first thing I'm going to do now is this. I'll go and work on the back. I'll work on the back. This is what I will do. I'll take it to the sewing machine. I'll go and use lining to turn it. So the two sides, I'm going to turn it from the neck. I'll turn the neckline, the zipper area, and the side. I'll do the same thing for the other side. I will fix my zipper, and I'll come and show you the next thing to do. So this is it. I have finished the back. This is how it looks inside. I have fixed the zipper, and don't forget to hold your dart. I held the dart, and the back is ready now. So I will work on the front as well. I cut my small hairstay just to make the neckline strong a bit, and I have my wording. So this is it. I want to believe you know how to cut your wording. This is for the center front, and for the side, this is how I cut it, just to, can you see it? So this is how it goes for the side, like this, and the other one. So I'm going to take it to the sewing machine now. I will hold the two together like this. So this is a bit bigger. I'm going to trim it down. I'll trim it down when I get to the sewing machine. So I'm going to sew it right side facing right side, like so, like this. I'm going to join it by the side, and I will do the same thing for this side. I'll come and show you the next thing to do. This is what we have. I've joined the front, and this is what it looks like inside. So I'll take the lining, the down part rather. So I'm going to join the down part with it. This side, I will join it together so that I will have a single piece, just like the back. And I've done the lining for the front as well. So I've joined it together. I have it as a single piece like this. So after joining this, I'm going to turn it with lining, and I'll come and show you the next thing to do. I've done the front, the lining, everything is set. So this is what I have. It is now time to go and join the shoulders. I'll join the shoulder together, and I'll shape the side. So after shaping the side, we'll come together to calculate the amount of organza we're going to use for the down part. So let me go and join the shoulders and shape the side, and we'll continue from there. This is ready. So I shape it, I've gotten the right measurement. Now to get the gathers, I have my organza here. So the length of my gown is 40, the total length is 40, and this is 28 here. So 28, 40 minus 28 is going to give us 12. So I'm going to cut 12 inches, and I will add 1 inch for both joining to this part and the finishing of the hem. So that means I will be cutting 13 inches. How full you want the down part to be depends on the amount of the organza you are working with, but at least you should have times 2 of what this part is, this hem is. So make sure you have at least times 2. So I'm going to cut this in 3 places. The hem, the measurement of my hem, like the hem here is 48 now. 48 times 3. So whatever 48 times 3 is what I'm going to cut here. So you are going to use your own accurate measurement. So let me do that. This is it. I have gathered my organza. Can you see it? So I really love the how full it is. So this is the lining. You know, you need to insert lining inside because it is transparent. Do you get it now? I'm going to put it inside. You are going to turn your organza to the right side like this, and the lining, whatever you are using to line it, you are going to put it inside like this. So if you like, you can use taffeta to line this. You can use shiny face. Do you get it now? So I'm going to put it inside like this, and you make sure your lining is shorter than the organza, like at least 1 inch. Do you get it now? So you plug it in like this. Make sure you arrange it evenly, they're equal. So I'm going to sew it down to just so that we have one single gathers. So let me do that, and I'll show you the next thing to do. So I have it here together. Can you see it that the lining is not showing under? So it's very important to take note of that. Now if you cannot do it like this, you can just pin it down. But I think I can do well with this. So make sure you just let it right side will face right side, and you are going to sew it around just on ½ inch. Can you see it? Following the shape, just follow the shape you have here, and you sew it around on ½ inch. So if you have done this well, if this is equal to this, the circumference of this is equal to this, you won't have any problem. Do you get it now? Just sew it around on ½ inch. Let me do that, and final we'll come and work on our sleeve. So this is it. I've attached my organza, and can you see how beautiful it is? Everything is bouncing. I really love the outcome. Now quick one on the sleeve. If you don't know how to go about the basic sleeve, I have detailed tutorial on how to draft basic sleeve. So this is my basic sleeve, but for you to get the puff effect on this sleeve, you are going to leave like 3 to 4 inches above your basic sleeve length. Can you see? So this space here is what I want to use to create my puff effect. So now on your line, the starting point of your sleeve here, just mark like 2.5 because you don't want that place to be too narrowed. So I will mark 2.5. I just want to use 3 inches. I'll go up by 3 inches here. Do you get it now? So 3 inches, and I'm going to connect. I will use like connect the shape like this to this part of the sleeve. Can you see it? Do you get it now? So I'm going to blend it in very well. So like this, you have excess, and your sleeve is going to come out perfectly. Do you get it now? So this is what you're going to cut out, and you will transfer on the fabric. So remember, this is going to be unfold by the time you want to transfer it on the fabric. So I'll just go ahead and cut it out like this. Can you see it? So this is what you should have. The basic sleeve, I use the length, I use 11 inches. This is totally depends on what you want. So this is what you should have for your sleeve. I hope you can see it very well. So I'm going to bring up my fabric. I'll fold it into two, and I'm going to transfer this. So this is it. I've transferred my sleeve on the fabric, and this is what you should have. Towards the hem, by the side of your sleeve, go up by 1 inch just to shape that part. So I want to shape it in like this. Do you get it? And I'm going to trim it out. I don't want that part. So if you look at that sleeve very well, that part has shape here. So I've trimmed it out like this. Now this is what you are going to use to cut your lining. You cut your lining exactly like this. And this is another important thing you will need. This is peplum stay or collar stay. So I'm going to use it for the upper part of the sleeve here. I'll take it to the iron table, but before then I'm still going to add interfacing just to give the sleeve, just to give it structure. I don't want it to be too hard. I will have used this for the complete sleeve, but I don't want it to be too hard, so I'll just use it for the upper part here. Now this is how I'm going to place it. Can you see it? You are going to leave the same allowance by the time you want to gather it, so that it will be very convenient for you. Do you get it now? So I'm going to leave it like this, and I'm going to use stay for this sleeve, and I'll come and show you the next thing to do. So this is what we have. I've ironed it down. Can you see it? Now look at the way I ironed my stay. I left ½ inch for the sewing. I've cut the lining. So you are going to turn it with your lining. Right side, facing right side. Just turn it, and I'll come and show you the next thing to do. I've turned my sleeve, and it's almost ready now. Now let me show you how to achieve that puff. It's very simple. Just make sure I'm going to chop my measurements, my sleeve roundness. So I have it to be here, and I'm going to connect it up here. So from here now, I'm going to measure my armhole. So go ahead and start from here. Measure your armhole and stop. So this is my armhole measurement. My armhole measurement is 8. I'm going to notch it. Do you get it now? So from this place now, I have notched the center the other time, so I'm going to pleat it to where my armhole will start from. I want to get the notch of this second one, so I'm going to notch it, and I'm going to pleat it. It's very simple. So just make sure you pleat it small. Can you see it? And like that, you are going to achieve the puff. So I'm trying to, that place is a bit stiff because of the collar stay. So I'm going to pin it down like this, and this one too, you pin it. Make sure you pin it. Don't let the pleating to be that big. Can you see it? And this one too. So can you see it? I've not done the other side, but the shape is coming out. So I'm going to hold this thing down too. Can you see it? And this other part, you go ahead and pleat it as well. Do you get it? So that's what you're going to do, and you just go ahead and attach it to your dress. So can you see it? Can you see it? Can you see the effect? So this is what your sleeve should look like. I've done that of this. I've done this side, and the color stay is really doing wonder there. Do you get it now? So I will sew it down and I will attach it to the dress, and I'll show you the final look on the mannequin. All right, this is the final art look of our dress. If you find this tutorial helpful, kindly give us thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more interesting tutorial. I'll see you in the next class. Bye.